Chapter 3. Over the next week, my parents helped Hank get his visa and a discounted last minute plane ticket, and Hank went around town picking up essentials for his big trip to China. On Friday, I came into his room to find an avalanche of stuff on his bed. "What's all this?" I asked. He smiled as he held up each item. "Dictionary," he announced. "Travel insurance. Maps. RMB." RMB was short for renminbi, the Chinese currency, and Hank had gotten lots and lots of it. "Polaroid." He took the camera, held it up for me, and clicked for real this time. I giggled. "Band-aids, batteries, bottled water. Wait a minute, you're bringing bottled water to China?" "I read they don't have all the stuff we do. I just want to be prepared." In addition to water, he also had toothpaste, soap, shampoo, trash bags, and even toilet paper. I grabbed a roll. "We have toilet paper," I informed Hank. I didn't know why it bothered me that Hank thought we didn't have toilet paper in China, but it did. It wasn't like we were going to the Stone Age. "I'm sorry, the guidebook said..." "Well, the guidebook's wrong," I said. I suddenly felt overwhelmed with emotion. That's what people thought of my old country. I covered my eyes and ran back to the manager's quarters. "Mia, wait!" Hank called after me, but I kept running. Later that night, I was looking at my rejection letters when I heard a knock. "May I come in?" Hank said. I quickly stuffed the letters back in the closet when they were hidden again. I let Hank inside and he sat down next to me on my bed. "I'm sorry, you're right. It was silly of me to just go by the guidebook. I should have talked to you first." Hank looked into my eyes. "Will you forgive me?" I nodded. "It's okay." I don't know why I got so upset. I closed my eyes, the emotions brimming under my lids. "I'm going through a lot." "What's wrong?" Hank said. I shook my head, not really wanting to get into it. "Is it about the class photo?" "Yeah, that hurt. Kyle, the photographer, was just another reminder that if I want to be in the front row in this country, I'd have to work 10 times harder and be more accomplished than Bethany Brett. But how was I supposed to get ever there if I kept getting rejected?" When I didn't say anything, Hank patted my hand. "A brilliant writer once said, 'No matter how bad something is, it's a lot worse if you have nobody to tell it to.'" That was a line I'd written. I looked into Hank's eyes. Then, slowly, I got up, opened my closet. The pile of letters fell out onto the floor. "What's all this?" Hank said. He knelt down, picked one up, and started reading. "Oh, how long have you been getting this?" I swallowed hard. "Just about a year." "A year? Why didn't you tell me?" Hank put the letter down. "Does Lupe know?" I shook my head. "I kept hoping I'd get good news, and I'd tell you guys." "Mia, you can't just bottle up the bad stuff and only tell people the good," Hank said, looking into my eyes. I nodded. "I wanted to tell Lupe, but then she got into algebra at school, and I sniffled. I wanted to do something amazing too." "Listen, you're doing something amazing just by keeping at it, continuing to send your work out there. That's incredible. You know that most kids your age would have quit by the third letter, but you persevered." I smiled, a little grateful for his words, but I couldn't tell him my biggest worry. What if I only had one amazing work in me and I'd spent it already? "My advice to you is forget about these letters," he went on. "Part of being a great writer is not just sitting in a room and writing. It's also about getting out there and living. We're about to go on a great trip together, me, you, and your parents." Hank was right. We were finally going on vacation. I waited years for this moment, and we were going to China, where everyone looked like me. No one would ever try to hide me in the back row because I didn't have the right hair color. I couldn't wait to show Hank around my hometown. We might not have everything, okay? Maybe I'd bring a bottle or two of my favorite Pantene Pro V shampoo. But what we lacked in brand name toiletries, we made up for in warm hospitality. Hospitality. Hank would see. And who knew, maybe it would be just the thing to replenish my creative well.